I've studied a lot of things. I said that to you many times, you know, because I'm the old guy, so I'm giving you some advice. But I mean, if I can summarize, I've studied all Eastern, not all, but Buddhism and Shinto, Japan Shinto, Zen Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. I've studied a lot of other cultures and other religions, philosophies, Stoicism, a lot. And if I can summarize in one word, is balance, harmony. Always, never go. Of course, for example, as I always say, there's a huge difference between ambition and greed.
Yeah, yeah,
So ambition means sky's the limit. I want to reach the stars.
yeah.
But greed means I want to step on other people's heads. I have no scruples. I don't care what I'm going to do to get there. So that's a difference. So that doesn't mean that you have to be this person that, oh my God, I'm so humble. I'm so. A friend of mine used to say that if you think, oh, I'm a piece of shit. One day, by repeating that that's the mantra thing. One day you're going to start seeing the flies all over your head. You are becoming that because you're
Right.
repeating that so much. But always the balance. Why don't middle ground? Why can't you be ambitious but try to control your greed? It's okay to be ambitious. That's what drives progress. And we talk about capitalism. You need to be industrious. You need to be bold. Like that song from Desiree, you had to be bad.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So you have to be, but with control yourself. Don't be is the same as rage. You don't want to be the most agreeable person in the world because nobody will respect you.
Right.
But at the same way, if you are overboard in rage, you're going to end up dead.
Yeah.
So everything with a measure, everything with parsimony. You have this word parsimony, or I mean with balance and
well, that's
measure.
why you want to have like the word meek. Means it means having great strength and withholding it. Not exercising it, and being a danger. Jordan Peterson talks about being a dangerous man, but not utilizing that danger.
Yeah.
And that's real power when you have the power to do something and don't exercise it.
Yeah.
You have restraint, you have control. That means you not only have the ability, you have the wherewithal to not utilize that ability. And that's true power, to have self-control,
And that's the whole concept of chivalry.
Yeah.
The warrior, he has all this power, and he uses to protect the weak, to protect the children, to protect the widows, to protect women, and to actually protect nature. Even
Right,
I think
yeah.
that's the evolution of chivalry. Something I try to preserve in the world. So you have great power, but remember the great philosopher Ben Parker.
No, I know the name, but I don't.
He was the uncle of Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
He said-
Parker.
Excuse me. He said, with great power comes
Great responsibility.
great responsibility.
Yeah.
So that's the reality.
Well, and the whole idea of being artists, the whole idea of art is, one of many ideas of art is creating order out of chaos, and that's the whole idea with controlling, yourself and being one of these people who has great power. It's creating order out of that, creating order out of the chaos of the human emotional spectrum of, get all these emotions, we have all these like desires, we have all these crazy thoughts, and creating some systematic blueprint for our thought process and some, like worldview and some organization in our life of, and that affects everything in the way we live.
like taming the animal that
Yeah.
we have inside us, the caveman that is inside us, and that's the whole
That's
the whole
humanity,
thing.
yeah.
That's the whole thing. We are fighting for all the hardwiring brain we have about.
But see, our society has pushed so much that you to not do that. To just how you feel is how you are. I mean, to the point of like how you feel today is literally what you are. You are what you feel. If you feel like a different gender, if you feel like a different, like, and then also you do your impulse. Whatever your impulse is, act on that.
And that's endless.
It's endless.
The problem of that is endless. It's like cultural appropriation. Yeah. That's endless. But please continue.
It's the antithesis of a powerful person. It's the antithesis of being someone who can be successful. You cannot be successful if you give into your desires every time you have a desire. And to some degree, everyone acknowledges that. Like, okay, you get angry at someone, you want to murder them. I think most people would agree you shouldn't act on that impulse, But like,
it's hard sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I have a couple of people that
I have a list, but I have a PowerPoint presentation of it, so I mean.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do.
That's a great idea.
Maybe I'll show you one day.
Yeah.
But like that's the antithesis of someone who is successful, because if you can't control your impulses, you can't move forward. I mean, a person who can't wake up in time. That's why, again, I'm a reference Jordan Peterson here. He talks about in his steps for life. Making your bed is part of creating order. And but we've pushed in our society, don't do that. Just go with the impulse. Go, have sex with whoever you want. Go, spend your money as flagrantly as you want. Have no restraint. Why do you think they don't teach us finances in our school system? I made it through all of college and never had any financial courses, anything on credit cards. And yet I spent how many years of wasted learning of algebra, and I can't, how many years was it before I could even apply that outside of the school into my finances?